Bombing, episode 109.
Welcome to episode 109 of Bombing Podcast with very special guest, Anderson Gronvold. Did I say that right?
You got it.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
good.
you did your research.
I
Well
did.
done,
I
man.
did a lot of research on your name.
Yeah.
People mess it up sometimes.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot. So is Gronvold the worst? We have my whole family will share when it gets messed up.
Yeah.
And I think the worst we had is Gronvold.
Wow.
Gronvold.
Gronvold's, yeah. That's
It's not
probably
even
the worst
close.
we've had. No, not
I think
even.
they're doing that surgery now too. That's all the rage.
Exactly. This happened in the early 2000s though, so it wasn't cool yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, something just happened right before we started recording that I think we should address. A former friend, not anymore.
Former business partner.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are split now, probably, right?
Yeah, it's over.
Here's what happened. He called you gay.
Which is just funny because
What the hell?
he has access to my search history.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm not gay from that.
That's pretty rude if
which
you ask
is,
me.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy too.
It's like you guys just worked together.
We just worked together last night.
Yeah.
Together.
I guess it's your last time also.
I think it's honestly a projection. From him. I think it's a projection from him.
Do you have access to his search history?
I
don't want to see
I
what
don't
he's
have
looking up.
direct access, okay, which is another problem I'd like to address. There's a weird hierarchy of information keeping where for some reason he gets to see my search history, but then his is a mystery.
Sounds like he's got some secrets to
Yeah,
keep.
it does sound like he has some secrets.
Oh man. Well,
Can we it's Nick Tittone.
it is Nick Tittone, by the way.
Let's out him first of all. So
Yeah.
all my fans go dox him.
That is rude, Nick. You're never allowed back on Bombing. That's terrible. Why would you
Yeah.
do that to a friend and a business partner? Come on, dude.
Crazy. It's my reputation.
You know, one time, I think it's so funny to share what Nick says because there was this one time he was running late to Badger and Jam, and I was like, "Where are you?" It was like 2 minutes late, and he was like, "I'm pulling in. Tell the girls Big Papa's about to arrive." And that was like a private text to me, but I said out loud, I was like, "Hey, when he walks in, everyone say, 'Hey, Big Papa's here.'" And he walked in, and we all went, "Hey, Big Papa!" And he just melted.
That's so funny.
He melted.
Dude, he's I always joke with him, but he's Mr. Hotshot at Badger.
Yeah.
Like he's chatting to everybody, he's talking during everyone's set. It's like he's like the club regular at that open mic.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
He's like that hometown guy, you know. I haven't gone on the road, but you know, you go on the. I've heard stories. You go on the road, and there's like that town's like hot guy, like he runs the club. That's Nick, but with a shit open mic.
And then sizing up new people trying the mic. Yeah.
Does this guy think he fucking is, dude?
Right.
That's hilarious, man.
I'm the king of this, what used to be an apartment next to a strip club, dude. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
That place ain't what it used to be. I'll tell you that. That's
Nah,
upsetting.
Man, that's a shame, too.
R.I.P. Tom Kelly.
If you were there though during the golden era, you knew comedy.
Yeah, you did.
You knew it.
That was our Fight Club.
Yeah.
Now
That
it's
was our
just
Studio 54.
Now it's just.
We talk about this all the time on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, just the golden era of Badger and Jam. It was like every single Wednesday night, like clockwork, 9 to 10 mic, down to the Comedy Store for drinks.
Yeah.
And Tom Kelly was like the puppet master of that whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a great 9-month run, or maybe a year, and it was one of those mics where it's just you check the slotted. First off, it'd fill up in like a minute,
Yeah.
and you check that slotted, and it was just killer, like fucking Justin Close. You know, you got a Sam Orson in there.
Orson
Yeah.
kind of got started there. That was one of my first mics in LA too.
Yeah, same.
Like the first anchor mic where I was like, okay, I'm coming back here every week.
We met everyone we know now at that mic specifically. We'd see him at other mics, but you'd really build a friendship at that mic.
Yeah.
Hanging out on that patio and then going to the store.
Dude, and parking.
Yeah. Oh, it's the greatest.
That's the biggest thing.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's
greatest.
it.
Gated parking.
Logistics, baby.
It is the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can all, and then it kind of forces you to congregate with everybody after. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing everybody in the parking lot, you're talking. That's how you meet people so easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it forces the hang, which is the most important part of a mic like that.
For sure.
Yeah, that's the hangs doesn't really happen that much at other mics.
No, because they make you park at like a fucking Ralph's 2 blocks down
Yeah.
and walk.
Yeah, everybody like fought for their life to find a parking
Yeah.
spot, and they're like, you split up and go on your own journey back to your car.
You just hop in your cars and fucking don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You know, you got that lineup would be, you know, you got a Mikey McDonald on there. You're like, oh fuck.
You got a Luke Walls
Ah.
on there. Man.
And then you know you got your Nick Titones, you know, whatever.
Right.
But, you know.
Yeah. You got your like little palate cleansers in between the hot acts. Yeah.
Between the fucking killers.
You're like, oh God, okay, my cheek muscles can rest now. That's good.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it was good. You guys have a podcast, right?
Yeah, we filmed 7 episodes. We haven't released a single one.
Why not?
In our group of our duo, me and Nick Tittone, because we produce a stand-up show that we had you on yesterday.
Last night, we'll get into that. That show was a killer show.
And we've been venturing into podcasting, and you know, in like every duo, there's like kind of like a negative guy and a positive guy.
Okay.
We're both negative guys.
All right.
So we're both just shitting on each other and everything we do and ourselves. And so we watch an episode, we're like, oh, this sucks. And we don't have that guy there to be like, no, it's not so bad.
We're
Both just like, yeah, it does.
we're garbage. We should delete this.
Exactly.
So like eighth time's a charm? You're
times,
finally
yeah.
going to get it?
8 times the charm. Only $1,000 in the hole with the studio, so we're good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's called I Need This.
It's called I Need This. Yeah, it's kind of that's our conglomerate.
Where's that come from? What's the story behind the name?
We just like brainstormed like 100 different names. My favorite show name, because these were just names for our stand-up show. My favorite one was My Other Show's a Corvette. I thought that was good.
That's pretty funny.
Or Bill Burr Might Come. Those were the two
good.
we were down to. And then
That's funny, dude.
Yeah.
and then we landed on I Need This because it both just felt like just it fit us, because Nick is like just a little fiend.
I love his energy.
He's just a little like nervous fiend.
He's so sporadic, and he starts and ends every sentence with "I'm sorry." I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. But
I'm
can
sorry.
I?
I'm sorry. That
Hey,
was too far.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just like, dude,
Okay.
just say what
Yeah.
you want, dude.
And then I just switched jobs, and I was like unemployed and just a fucking like piece of shit.
Oh, no.
And so we're like, I need this. Like, this is what we both need.
It works. It's really good.
Yeah, desperation.
You see, I'm repping the diner today.
Dude, I got a diner sweatshirt
Did
as a
you?
gift the other day, and I meant to rep it. But
should-
like I was telling him, I'm in my work uniform
Oh.
from today. Yeah, I meant to change, but
Bro, I could have gotten you a sweatshirt for free, bro.
bro, I'm not gonna.
I could have just swiped you one.
Yeah, anything to get my shirt off, huh?
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Get you in something a little more comfortable.
Yeah, no, I'm just fine how I am.
Yeah, dude. Nick's always coming into the diner, bugging me.
The diner's great.
Diner rocks, except for when Nick's there. He's asking me for tags. I'm like, dude, like I'm trying to work. He's like, do you think this is funny? I'm like, no, nothing you write is funny. Stop. Like, I'm trying to work here, man.
Right.
And he's like bothering my coworkers. It's
But then you can kind of pretend like you're getting paid to write Nick's jokes, and then you have to clean dishes on the side versus the other way around.
That's right. I am getting paid. He always hangs this over my head. He's like, you know, I pay your bills, right? I'm like, you don't pay my fucking bills, man.
Yeah.
Like, I pay your electricity.
He's got the appetite of a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
He's not ordering nearly enough.
No, he just gets the smoothie bowl and asks
Does he?
me for tags, bro.
Yeah.
And I give him bad ones on purpose, you know.
So he stops asking.
That's right.
But he's like, oh, that's gold.
He tries it.
Nick may have not written a single original joke by himself. I think it's all just Ryan, just tags that Ryan gives him.
It's like a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Of like,
If you ever see Nick do material, I wrote 60% of it. I'll say that right now.
Well, I think
that's
Nick-
a lie. That's a lie.
Nick's a big proponent of writing on stage. Mm-hmm. But he's got like such a good presence.
The best I've seen.
He's got such a good presence that I think like he gets away without saying a single like actual joke, and it somehow comes out funny.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty well known. He likes to bail on jokes
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
But we had to push it into his head. It's like he thinks like, oh, I'm not getting a laugh. I need to move on. But it's like, dude, when he's on stage and he's talking, people are really paying attention.
Yeah,
to
they're
him.
listening.
He's got an energy where when he's talking, you're just like, people lock on.
And that's why I think he does really well with jokes that have like a long setup and kind of build like a lot of tension in the room. And then he kind of just like finally gets to that punchline and releases it. Like last night, like some of his material, it's like some of my favorite material that he's been doing.
Yeah.
His joke about the stranded on the island,
Yeah.
that was the best I've seen him do it, because he had the two angles, which was the eat the kid, fuck the kid. And I'd see him work this out at mics, and like it was like you said, a Frankenstein of a joke.
Yeah.
But last night he like really fully attacked the eat the kid angle and attacked the fuck the kid angle, and like weaved it together. It was great.
It was great. Yeah.
He was hilarious.
Also, I've never had someone come up to me like with the uncertainty in like the parking lot. He's like, "Hey man, do you think I should like do this bit?" And then he goes and proceeds to tell you the funniest bit like of all time. And he's like, he's not like confident about it. It's like, yes, do that bit. It's gonna kill. He's like, I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna bail on it, dude.
Yeah. And then
Whatever.
you see him do the same set again. You're like, what happened to everything you said?
Yeah.
It was so funny. But he's just, that guy cracks me up just like as the person he is. Like, he's one of those guys, and maybe it's because I know him well, but it's like he can say a particular thing that anybody else would say and I wouldn't laugh, but just because like I know him and it's like in his context, like it's so funny.
He's a funny dude, man, and you guys are funny together. You guys last night at the show, I Need This at the Hotel Cafe, which I was on. You guys together on stage is so funny.
I think we have a good like old married couple. Like,
That's a good way to describe it.
Like bickering.
Yeah, I love the co-hosting too. Like both of y'all on stage at the same
Yeah.
time.
How many? This is your fourth show?
That was our fifth show.
Fifth show.
Yep. That was our fifth show. That was like one of my favorite shows. I thought that was like the most fun I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Big names on there too.
Yeah. What happened with the lineup scramble? There's like a mad I saw everybody kind of like running around before the show started. What happened?
So, okay, I was scrambling because it was Nick's birthday the day before the show. And I was going around to each audience member telling them that on stage I was going to say, hey, everyone, let's wish Nick a happy birthday. And I was telling every audience member to say nothing when I said that. So that it would be
Funny gag.
So that it would be dead silence. Great gag. That's what I was scrambling around. Nick was dealing with the actual logistics of the show.
So you were just doing a bit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get nobody to wish him a happy birthday while he's trying to fix the show. But we had two of our like big comics fighting for like the first slot, and then I had totally forgotten that I had promised one of our other comics that they could go first, like way before either of the two like big names that we kind of had to accommodate.
Yeah.
So it was like three people fighting for the first slot.
Man.
And they were supposed to close the show.
And they're supposed to close the show.
So the closers are
think
now opening.
The closers are now opening.
And the openers are
most
closing.
people are there to see them.
Yeah.
So the people they're there to see are done 25 minutes in.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, what? There's 6 more comics? What?
There's 6 people I haven't heard of.
Yeah, who I have to go.
They stuck around, though.
They stuck around, and they were a good crowd, and it worked out.
They stuck around, and also I think who ended up closing, Langston Kerman. I thought he was
so funny.
So funny.
Dude, absolutely crushed it.
I gave him a tag, and he didn't really like it.
That's nice.
After his set, we were just talking, and I gave him this tag. He's got that hilarious joke about his mom dating a mascot, right? And then the mascot selling drugs in the parking lot in the costume. And I was like, and he gets arrested. I was like, my tag was, you should say like, he gets arrested. The mugshot was insane. Why they left the head on in the mugshot, I'll never know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he just went like oh yeah.
Oh, no, dude.
And I was like, that's a good tag, I think. But he was just like, yeah. And I was like, okay, never mind. I'm
Patted
sorry.
you on the head.
He just murders, and then I walk up. I'm like, what's funny is
He may as well just like pinched your cheek.
You're like, hey man, great
Patted
set.
you on the butt.
Yeah.
I'll leave you on your way.
Great set. So next time.
yeah. Listen, I was like, yeah,
But-
I was fourth. And he was like, I didn't watch
But
it.
being on the other side of that sucks when somebody's pitching you a tag and you have to be like,
That's tough.
Oh,
that's
man.
bad.
Dude, you ever bomb and then try to give someone a tag? They just go like, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, you guys know I'm funny.
You lost
Right.
all credibility right
Yeah,
in front of him
it's
instantly.
I felt great up there. I had a great set.
Dude, yeah.
You crushed it.
It was so funny.
I felt great. The crowd was hot. They liked the material. I threw in a last minute short joke at the end just because I felt like I got the light. I thought that my material would be the whole time, but on stage I had to throw in a little last minute thing, but it was
That was
good.
the mechanic one, right?
Yeah, the
That
Mexican
was
mechanic.
great. Yeah, I think that was a great way to end it.
That was a nice one.
Do you guys find that when you're like on stage at a show for whatever reason, like that's when I find that I try more new stuff than I do at like mics, and also it works better than anything I come up like with on the spot at a mic.
It's it's a real crowd, so you're getting a real reaction.
Yeah, but it's almost like my brain won't even like think of those better jokes until I'm like on the spot like that.
Well, you were good under pressure then.
Maybe.
It's because like you have to in that moment.
Yeah, maybe I am incredible. I don't know. I guess so.
You guys
So-
are right. I'm a
Hey,
genius.
I didn't mean to get unrelatable. Real
yeah,
bad.
yeah. There's been times where I've been in front of like real crowds, and a tag will come to me that doesn't at an open mic, because I think at an open mic it's just sheer terror almost.
It's just you're not having fun at an open mic.
No.
Like with a crowd when you're like, it's what comedy should be at its best, where like people are laughing at what you worked on, and you're like actually able to enjoy yourself.
It's like one of the only things where it's like the practice is the hardest part.
Right.
It's like you go to these shit open mics with sometimes 5 other comics and nobody's laughing, but you're trying to say these jokes the same way you would to like 80 people,
yeah.
and you just leave and you just want to die. You're like, I shouldn't have moved here.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I do that all the time. I've run new jokes for like consistently at open mics for like 3 continuous weeks leading up to a show, and like they'd bomb every time. And in the back of my head, I'm like, this is gonna kill when I get in front of 80 people.
Right.
Like this is gonna work. And then you get up there and it does.
It's
They did
tough.
that, it's a
It's
real
crazy.
audience.
And there's some mics where like if you've got like a good just like written out set up punch joke, people just aren't gonna laugh at it because they don't want to hear jokes.
Dude,
They want to hear like other comics calling comics in the audience gay and like shit. Like how we started this podcast.
Yeah.
That was for the comics watching.
dude, I did. Has this ever happened to you? I did 2 mics the day before the show, and both times I bombed so hard.
Yes, I bombed my 2 mics.
Did you?
I
Dude,
bombed my
what
2
is
mics
that?
before the show.
And that's happened before.
Yeah.
And I think I went to I won't say the place, but I went to this place, and I was running the show material, and there was something like they could smell it on me. That you're trying to be good. We don't want you to be good.
Yes.
And
Dude,
I
they're
was
like,
what
wait,
the hell?
you sound like you have an opportunity
Yeah.
that I don't.
I see too much optimism in your eyes.
Yeah.
They could smell it on me,
That's
dude.
not gonna fly here. Boo!
Yeah.
We only want 3 roughly thought out ideas, not completed funny material.
Right. We want to see you bail halfway,
Dude.
and talk about how much you're sucking up there.
I bombed so hard I did a 6 to 7. I bombed. It was one of those I leave the mic and I get in the car and I just kind of sit there. And like I got hot, and I was like, and this is my I have a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
In front of how many 60 people that were there. And then I was like, okay, let's try it again at I will name the next place, fucking Hollywood Comedy.
Yep.
Let's go to the Hollywood Comedy. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And just ate a plate of shit.
Yeah.
And I drove home. I was driving home, and I was like, I'm ruined at the show tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, it's over.
Was that steering wheel drifting into traffic a little bit?
I saw a fucking light post. I thought about
Yeah.
fucking meeting. Oh,
You're like, that's a nice tree.
what is it about that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's like the other comics can see it on your face.
Do you ever do a mic? Do you have jokes where you like So like at mics, you're testing new material,
Mm-hmm.
but then if like nothing's getting a laugh, do you ever throw in one of your heaters, like a joke that you know is your heater?
Yes.
And then if that doesn't work, I'm like that was my power up. That was my special move. I've got nothing else for you.
It's like a double or nothing move. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, and then it's like, hold on, I can be funny. And,
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
and then it still bombs. You're like, ooh.
That's how I
Damn it.
felt at the mic before the show yesterday. So this was on Tuesday.
You did a mic right before the show?
No. This was the night
Okay.
before. I was just laying out my heaters. Like, it felt like an anime when somebody was like doing all of their attacks, and then like the villain's still standing there like no damage. And it was like that was the same.
That's only 1% of my power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was all of my power, and nothing happened. But
Oh,
that
man.
mic just it
Yeah.
sucked anyway.
I've had nights where I'll do like I have like 2 mics that night, and I'll crush at the first one with like new stuff, and you're
Yeah.
feeling good. You're like, oh, maybe the dream will work, and you go to the next one, same material,
Yeah.
exactly the same bomb, epic fucking leveled bomb.
And you're like, I should have just gone home.
And then you
Yeah.
don't know. You're like, is the new material good or not? Or
Yeah.
is that like a nice room or?
I've been bombing at like mics and thought about like pulling out like an A joke where I'm
Yeah.
like, this is going to work. But I'm like, I've not done it because I'm like, if it doesn't work, I'll think differently about the joke.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to preserve your babies. and
Yeah,
protect them.
I can't let this one get beat up because
Yeah.
I will do it differently. I'll say it like hesitantly next time I do it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You guys ever have a really good like get the crowd on your side joke that you had to abandon?
What do you mean?
So like, I guess this is more for me, but like, I used to have really like long blonde hair. I had like really long hair, like down to here.
Oh.
And so like, if things weren't going well, I had this joke about me looking like Philip Seymour Hoffman in Boogie Nights. That would like, no matter how bad I was doing, it would get him back on track. I'd be like, all right. And then I remember the first time I tried it after I cut my hair, it didn't land because it was the hair was that did it. And then I
Yeah.
tried it again and it didn't work. And I was like, oh fuck.
They were just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and I was like, that would have made a lot more sense a week ago. Damn,
dude.
So that's gone for another year and a half.
That's a tough one. That's the tricky thing about writing like a really good current event joke.
Yeah.
Or writing like a appearance joke. I see some people at mics doing jokes about their outfit. It's like, oh, you got dressed up for this, honey? Like,
You're basically a prop comic
yeah,
at that
come
point.
on. That is a prop comic move.
Also, it's like, what are the legs on this joke? Fucking tonight, that's it?
Yeah.
You can't do the joke again.
Also, you have to know when to like let that go, like topical stuff.
Yeah.
Like I've been at mics. People are still doing jokes about like the submarine from like last summer. Like that. It's like,
Yeah.
let it go, dude. Like, yes, that was
Right.
funny for a while, but
Yeah.
move on, man. This is part of your A list. Like, what are you doing?
I heard a mic at the mic I bombed at before the show. Someone was doing OJ jokes, and I was like, "That's a month old. Stop.
Yeah.
no OJ, dude. Stop that."
I thought there was going to be like an unspoken, like, hey, we're not going to do OJ jokes, right?
Well,
Did you guys do them?
no, I didn't do any.
Did you do any?
No, I didn't have any OJ jokes. That was before my time.
Well, when he like died, when he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
but
I
I heard
watched
them.
it.
I heard them all.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't laugh at any. Because I'm like, I'm overthinking. I'm like, yes, he died. I don't care.
Also, any joke that I would have come up with, some
Yeah.
comic better than me in the mid '90s did it already. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's totally been explored. I don't think there's a new OJ angle.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I
don't.
left that alone.
I don't. Yeah, I don't like topical. I want to find the shit where I can really take it, like timeless,
Yeah.
I guess it's good for writing, but I don't know. I just don't think about it. That Hotel Cafe, man, that's a good little spot that you guys locked in.
It's cool.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool because it's got the bar is in the room, so you can just grab a drink without like leaving the show.
Yeah.
You're still in it. And they're doing some Netflix as a joke.
Yeah,
spots there.
I think Mark Norman's there in like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, it's a good spot. It's cool.
So basically, I'm doing comedy in the same place Mark Norman is.
Right.
So that's, if you guys want to know what level comic I am, that is it. For sure. When's your next one?
May 29th.
Right on. You guys got a lineup yet or no?
We got like half a lineup, I think, right now. So we try to get like 4 pretty like well-known names, and then we try to get like 2 people who are still like in the open mic scene.
Yeah.
So I think we got them locked down for next show. And yeah, I mean, we're just DMing people.
I pushed Nick to reach out to Dane Cook. I don't know if he told you that.
I think he did reach out to
Yeah,
Dane Cook.
he was at the diner and he was like, "Who's like a good, like a higher level comic?" And I was like, "You know what's like would be just crazy enough to work is Dane Cook."
Yeah.
And he messaged him.
Dude, our pocket, our wheelhouse is like high level comics that have been disgraced.
Oh, yeah.
That's who we can get.
Yeah.
So Bill Cosby is going to be on at the end of next month,
yeah.
right?
Get him, bro.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That's so funny you say that, because we had that like what if, and we're like, I think we'd have to book him.
Yeah.
Like we'd sell out in a day. Like come see Cosby live
Cosby
again.
Cosby and then Michael Richards, dude. Get him on there. Disgraced high level comics.
Disgraced high level comics are just, they're easier to get.
How do you guys go about like promoting it? Because it sells out every single time you do it.
We have some regulars, so shout out to the regulars, and then we promote on Instagram, we promote on Facebook, like just like, you know, throw it out in like the event chats, the comedy chats that are like,
and the
available.
club makes posts.
and yeah, and then we pray, dude. It's never not stressful,
I believe it.
because it's always so many people. Because think about when you buy tickets to a comedy show. I buy it walking into the show usually, like right outside, unless it's someone huge. So most people do. So like the night before, you've still got half your tickets remaining, and you're like, is this going to be the time that like nobody, like we've already like sold as many as we're going to sell?
So it's like it shoots up. It's like half the tickets get sold in the last 24 hours.
The last 24 hours is when they like go away just slowly. And then what's funny is like people text you after it's sold out and they're like, "Hey, can I still get tickets?" It's like
it's been a month.
Yeah,
you
you've
had your
a
chance,
month.
dude. Yeah.
You've had a month. So.
I know. Yeah, I'm like that too. If I see a show, hey, there's a show next week, I'm like, I might go to that, but I don't want to be locked in all week to going to that.
Yeah.
So that's a bad trait. But unfortunately, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes, because I can't, like, I work the same way, you know.
I don't want to be locked in for it.
No.
Because it's like I like the option to not go. But once I buy that ticket, it's like, okay, no, I'm going. You know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, last night, probably 80% of the audience was all Bombing Podcast fans, obviously. I don't know if you knew that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we're a big draw, so... I mean, I don't need to thank you.
Dude, I would have thanked you guys way sooner.
No, stop. Come on. No, we don't do it for the thank yous. But yeah, a lot of Bombing Podcast fans there last night.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for shouting out the podcast when you brought Ryan up, by the way.
yeah, that was a huge that gets the word out, you know.
Well,
The crowd loved that because they were like, "Oh my god, holy shit!"
Ryan told me. Yeah,
You know?
dude, I thought we ran overtime with that applause break.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
We went way over.
It was nuts. I have it on film, but I won't play it because
it's interesting because
too long.
the crowd was like a lot of women,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't know that you guys had so many female.
Hey, hot ones too, huh?
The hottest.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
how it goes.
That's
Yeah.
who watches the podcast.
Yeah, so you're welcome, I guess, for that for all the people that showed up. We've been plugging it all month.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, no, I've seen you guys posting the show. It was nice. It always helps. I think. I don't know.
It helped. But no, I don't think anybody came to see old Ryan.
Dude, I can't even convince people to come see me, let alone come see someone else's show.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like coworkers, and not that I'd want them there. I'd rather them not be there. But it's always like, hey, when's your? I gotta come see you.
Yeah.
I got a show on Wednesday. I'm out of town Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, of course you are.
Of course,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
always out of town. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Coworkers are the best one too. They're like, "Oh, you do stand up? Oh, wow, we should let me come to one of your shows."
Right.
And you're like, "I need to sell tickets for this one," and they're like,
I'm actually doing something.
Yeah.
"I'm not. I can't actually." It's like that. Thanks for that. No, that's nice.
Yeah, you brought it up. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even asked you.
Yeah, and like I've got coworkers who are like singers and stuff. It's like, can we just be okay with not going to each other's shows? Can we just work and then go home?
The worst part about after a show, is that you ask so many people to come see you, and you get into so much friend debt that for like the next month, I'm going to improv shows.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I'm going to potlucks. I'm playing Twister and shit at somebody's like house party. And it's like, you have to because they came to your show.
Yeah. But it's never the person that you're okay with doing that for. You know what I mean?
Because those people were coming anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the fringe people who you gotta
Because
you gotta go to limbo night with.
Yeah. Hey, karaoke night. Karaoke night. No.
They're like, hey, I'm actually a professional like limboist, and you're like,
Oh, sick.
That's not a thing. Comedy's real. Okay, that's not real.
The show's Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Yeah, I'll be there. Where is it? It's by LAX.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Okay,
It's
I'll
actually
go.
it's past security.
It's in Terminal 2B, actually.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh god, like because we've got like friends and stuff where it's like you go to my show, I'll go to your show,
Yeah.
and it's not like a hold it over your head thing. It's just like friendly. It's like
Yeah.
it's like come to mine, I'll go to yours, and
It's rough out here. You got to do people favors.
yeah,
You really do.
and I don't mind. I don't mind at
really
all
do.
doing that for friends, and but yeah, it's those it's those people where it's like I'll stop talking, but
You know who you are.
it's tough. Yeah, show debt.
It's brutal. I wonder if they have that in like music, because I feel like I'd rather. I don't know. It's so hard to see comedy like over and over again too, because it just gets so tiring.
Yeah, dude. And there's nothing worse than like just as a comic seeing the like bad comedy. It just even just like at an open mic, it like drains your soul.
Or not even that does suck, but also just somebody whose set you've seen run at open mics for the past month.
How do you think he feels, dude? We live together.
I know all his jokes.
He's seen all my jokes,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
but we go to all each other's shows.
Yeah.
It's different though, because we're brothers,
Right.
But yeah, dude. And then a bad part of going to shows as a comic is you're treated like an audience member.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're like, hey, you here for the show? Yes. Are you a comic? Yes, but I'm not on the show. If I could just sit in the back and watch my friend and
Yeah.
leave, I don't want to buy the minimum thing. Can I just
I don't
sit
need
and
a
leave?
Chair. I don't need a chair.
Yeah,
Even.
I'll just stand.
Lean on the back wall. Ha
Yeah.
ha ha. Dip.
Yeah, I'm not an audience member. I'm not like I'm a comic. Please just let me,
Yeah.
slip through it. I'll be cool.
That's why it's weird seeing friends like go on at the store. Because like we're so familiar with the place, and then they're like you got to stand in the line and check in. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. It's like so like who are you here to see? Well, your seat's right here. It's like or I could just sit in the back where like all the other comics sit down
Right.
and leave later. That would be nice.
Yeah, it's the stay-in for the hour and a half show that always runs late, so it's fucking 2 hours long. You're there to just see one person,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's draining. Like this month, we've done more shows this month, and gone to like Hayden's, Mines, like some friends, where this was my last show in like booked, Mm-hmm. So and I've just felt
So you're
drained.
free now.
I'm free now. I got no shows booked, but I'm just kind of like drained of like comedy. I want to
Yeah.
just kind of chill out a bit. I think
Yeah.
it's been a busy month.
Dude, I get why like the higher level comics too, like they just come do their set and leave and just get out of there.
Yeah.
Like when I was the first shows I went, I was like stayed the whole time, but now I'm just like I do my stuff and I kind of like
Yeah, I feel that.
You can only take so much.
yeah, slip away.
You didn't start out here, did you?
I
You're from
did-
Florida, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Florida. I started actually, and by started I mean I did 2 mics in Salem, Massachusetts,
Oh, wow.
because I was living with my now roommate, because we both were gonna move out to LA, and so the summer after college I did 2 open mics at it was a music open mic, so I was the only comic.
You were going between like acoustic guitar guys.
I was going between.
Man, that's rough.
So normally, yes. However, this was Salem, Massachusetts, which is like the center of the witch trials.
Okay.
And so you've got all like the people who live in that town are like goths and like
Oh no.
crystal people. So is they'd be like, this one guy somehow rigged up a metal crutch with strings
I don't like that.
and hooked it up to like an electric amp and would play the electric crutch.
Oh,
So it was between acts like that
Oh my god.
that I would go up and just do my stupid,
How'd
what
you
I
do-
thought was stand up.
how'd you do your first time?
First time was good. Actually.
Same here.
The first time was good. I did, yeah, just some random like observation jokes, and then I did some puns, as we all do. Did you do puns when you started out?
Puns as in what?
I was like, so my dad recently dyed his hair, shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I had one
All
of
right.
those. Mine was I don't know. Maybe this is a pun. It was my favorite candy is mini M&Ms. Mini as in a lot of. I enjoy mini M&Ms.
Yeah.
And that got nothing.
And then they were like, get out to Hollywood. You're ready.
It was after I wrote the M&M joke where I was like, I'm moving to Hollywood,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
So how long between like putting Witches on trial and like moving out to LA? What was that like? How long did that take?
That was probably like 3 months. And then when I got here, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. So I took a couple months to like figure that stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did my first open mic in LA at Fourth Wall NoHo.
Nice.
It's a good starter one.
Yeah, and I did that mic for 3 months, and I thought I had made the biggest mistake moving out to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Because that is a brutal mic.
Yeah. It's a rough room.
Puns are not welcome there. That's
No.
like
Humor's not welcome there.
oh yeah. And then the only reason I kind of like stuck with it is because one time another guy was doing his first set at Fourth Wall, and he brought like 5 of his family, like 5 normal people to the mic, and I did my set and they like cracked up at it.
Right on.
Yeah,
And
you had
I
a
was-
real audience.
That's
And I was like, oh, it's this. Okay. This place is just like,
Yeah.
you got to bring your A game.
Yeah. It's just full of upset comics usually.
Yeah.
But when you get real people in there, it's like, it works.
I was like, oh, okay, I should try other places. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny, the first set thing. Because you had your first set was good, right?
Yeah.
Or good for the times.
Yeah, for the time. Yeah, I was also half in the
Yeah.
tank when I did it because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was at this little club in Nashville, called Third Coast Comedy Club, and I just went up there. I have it on tape somewhere. I forget what I even did, but it went well enough that I was like, I think I'll come back next week
Yeah.
and do that.
How'd your second time go?
I think I ate shit.
Bomb.
I ate
Bomb.
I ate a chode and a half on my second
Not
one.
only the second, the third, the fourth.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, I need to change.
because my first one went well, and I was like, okay, I'm a prodigy.
Uh huh. Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up there with the a whiff of a premise and talk it out. And I was just doing stupid jokes about like Bigfoot, and it was just like,
Oh, no.
it was so awful. That was like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'm just a normal guy.
My first set was really good for a first time
Yeah.
comic. And then so I got off stage, and it was like a week later, I was like, I'm just going to say exactly what I said earlier. And I go to a different place, and I say the exact same thing. But it's at the beginning, it was getting 0. And I didn't know like how to bail and like go to a different thing. So
You stuck to the
I
script?
stuck to the script, and I was about 3 minutes into a 5-minute set, and it just bombing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I still have like 2.5 minutes to go here. And yeah, just nothing the whole time. I got off and I sat down, and it was one of those ears were ringing.
Yeah.
Zzz, and I was just like,
Shell shock, like
Terrible.
yeah.
terrible.
I think everyone does that, especially if the first set you ever do goes like mildly well. You're like, I fucking got
Yeah.
this, dude. Hell, and you go up, nothing.
And then on the second time after, I was like, you know what? Comedy's a craft that takes time.
You're suddenly enlightened. You're
like,
you're-
still found a way to be arrogant about it. I was like, look, I'm doing the work. Okay.
Sometimes I think like, what would have happened if I just went up the first time and bombed hard?
Yeah.
I'd like to think I just stuck with it, but
Yeah, but you don't.
Yeah, who knows? Because the first time I floated off the stage the first time. I said goodnight, and I was high for a week. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Like, that was it. If I had bombed, I'd have been fucking fueling airplanes in Nashville still, probably.
Yeah.
Just fucking doing nothing.
I love Nashville, so I actually stopped. Nashville was well. First of all, my parents live in Asheville, North Carolina, not too far from y'all.
Yeah.
Same kind of neck of the woods. Nashville was our first stop on the road trip out here. Huge fan.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Jason Aldean's Honky Tonk.
Yes.
5 floors, each with a pleasure more unimaginable than the previous.
It's great. Nashville rocks.
It's so much fun.
Not a good comedy town, though.
Really?
Not for pursuing comedy. It's great for comics to go and they visit and they do a show.
It's because there's one club and like 3 or
Was it
4
like
open
Zanies
mics. Yeah,
or something?
they have Zanies and then a few open mics around town.
It's
That's
great
it.
for a comic to go and do Zanies.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's Music City, and
Yeah.
nothing's getting past music and bars.
No.
And so that's why we moved. We knew immediately. We're like, if we're gonna do this, we can't do it here.
We kind of did the same thing like you did. We were only doing open mics in Nashville for like a year,
Yeah.
9-10 months, something like that.
and that was like once every 2 weeks. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
because like there's just not enough mics to do consistently.
Yeah, and so we were like, all right, if we're actually going to do this, it's going to be like New York or LA.
Yeah.
New York seemed too scary and
Yeah.
too expensive, and LA, I was like, I like the beach. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'll go there all the time and not once a year.
Right. I knew. Yeah. I mean, I had the same thing with New York or LA. I knew too many people in New York, and I was like, if I go to New York, I'm gonna be getting hammered all night. I'm just not gonna be able to focus.
That was why we left. Also, it's like we could have like really spent like 3 or 4 years in Nashville, like getting good, trying to get into Zanies.
Yeah.
But there was a shelf life, right? There was like a cap,
The ceiling.
a ceiling.
Yeah.
So it's like if we're gonna reach that anyways.
Yeah.
So let's just move now. And I knew I wouldn't have gone to Mike's. We were both living with buddies and stuff. I knew I wasn't gonna go to a Mike as much as I knew I needed to.
Yeah.
I'd have hung out. I'd have gone to the lake with my friends and
Yeah.
fucking got hammered.
Exactly. There's something about like being this far away where it's like, okay, I'm out here to do this. Like I came all this way
Alone,
Yeah.
like far from everything you know.
Now you might ask why I took a year off from stand up then.
Why did you?
Work. I worked a shitty job. I worked like a Hollywood assistant type job.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was hard.
Took
You
up a
get-
lot of your time.
Dude, it was like 12-hour days. You get paid nothing.
Like assistant for what? What were you assisting
Like a
in?
talent manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, my boss and, like, the company were good, but it's just, like, the nature of the job is, like, it's like, long hours. You're always on call. Like, every day is, like, a fire from start to finish.
Not
And,
good for
like,
stand-up.
I just stopped doing stand-up, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll write, like, a pilot, like, in this time, and just, like, didn't end up doing that. And
Were you like, I'm done with stand-up, or you were like, I just need to pause for a bit and figure this out?
I was like, I want to do this job just to see what like a Hollywood type job is like and see what doors that opens. Obviously,
Nick
now I'm on the
Tittone.
Bombing Cat podcast, so it worked out. It was worth it.
You made it.
Yeah, that being on call thing must have been the worst for stand up too.
Dude, I remember. So
Making
like,
planning impossible.
so by the end of like my job, when I like knew I was just gonna quit it, and I was like couldn't wait to get back to stand up. I started doing mics again. I remember I'd be in mics and it'd be like 7:40, and I'd be like waiting to go up, and I'd be like getting a call from somebody that I had to take, and I was like, okay, I got it. Like, so I did that for like a year, and it sucked taking it off, and like that's
What was the final nail in the coffin where you were like, dude, fuck this job. I'm finding something else?
I had like put in a year. I felt like I had like good tenure. I had like, could leave on good terms with everybody. And I was like, and also the strike helped because when the strike helped, we like the hours got pushed back. So I was like, okay, I can actually get above water and like do mics again. And then I did mics, and I was like, fuck, I forgot this is like what I'm want to do.
Yeah, dude. But the job I have now is the first job I've ever had that wasn't 5 days a week,
Yeah.
and it is really centered around stand up. Every other job I would work 5 days a week, way too many hours, and but I just had nothing going on. It's just beer money, you know.
I think that's a big commitment to make where you're like, okay, I'm choosing a job that works around stand up versus the other way around.
I only work 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And I'm paycheck to paycheck. Like I've got money saved, but I get paid, and then I spend almost all of it, and then I get paid again, and then I spend almost all of it, and then I get paid again. But it helps with stand up. I can do a lot of mics. My nights are free, and it just works.
Yeah.
Because that's the stand up's the thing.
Right.
I'm working towards.
Yeah, it took a while for me to like accept that, but yeah, I'm glad I did because it was like I think I needed that job to be like, okay, no, like I'm comfortable. Like
That's good. Yeah, when we first moved here, my first job was at the Van Nuys Airport, fueling airplanes, and I'd have to get there at 5 in the morning, which means I'd have to get up at 4 a.m.
Now, is that like any technical skill, or is that just you're like plugging a hose into the plane?
It's pretty simple, but there are courses. I had to do courses.
Yeah.
I started in Nashville doing that, and started at commercial, like American and Delta and stuff, and then went to private jets and then cargo jets and then like fighter jets. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's courses, but it's very simple.
Yeah.
It's just clicking buttons and doing shit. So that wasn't good for stand up at all. Getting up at 4 a.m.
That's tough.
Driving fucking however long to Van Nuys.
Because forget like late night mics.
No, I couldn't do it. And then I found the diner, and I've been there for like 2 years now, I think.
The same amount of time I've been doing the liquor store gig, yeah.
Yeah.
I found
the diner's awesome, too.
The diner's great. It's right down the road.
Yeah.
I started at 5 days, and then I went down to 4. Now I'm down to 3. And yeah, dude, stand up is the priority.
Yeah.
And it's fun to have that. Mm-hmm. Where it's like I'm not just working to have money.
Right.
And go, you know, hang out with friends. It's like this pays for stand up, you know what I mean? And fucking electricity. Nick Tittone helps me with that.
Yeah, right.
By tipping, not a lot. But I'm just kidding.
Nick doesn't want anyone to know he's got money.
He's got money, dude. I mean, he brags about it all the time.
Yeah.
He's got those Dorito commercial residuals, dude.
Yeah, I saw that video for the first time, his Doritos commercial. Have y'all seen his IMDb page?
No.
He's got an IMDb page?
I urge you to see it.
What's on there?
His credits.
Is one host of Badger and
his
Jim?
bio. I think his bio's on there too.
I don't know much of what he's done.
Yeah. He even has the IMDb trivia things about him, where it's like, did you know about Nick Tittone?
Oh God!
Do you know how close he is to his cousins?
Yeah.
We're gonna out Tittone right now.
I've outed him every episode of our podcast that we haven't released, which is probably why we haven't released it.
Oh man.
You guys got to start releasing episodes, man.
Yeah, we do. I
want to see this.
But yeah, every episode when he pisses me off, I'm like, all right, pull it up. And then he like throws up his IMDb page.
That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nick just called you?
Nick called me.
Probably heard us talking shit.
He already got word. Yeah. I FaceTimed him and then he hung up.
No, really?
Howard. Yeah.
Call him back. If you want.
I'll call him.
This fucking guy. Maybe promote the podcast a bit.
Let's see. He's not gonna. He's gonna know it's suspicious that I'm FaceTiming him.
He knows you're on the pod too.
Yeah.
This guy, dude.
Let it be known that Nick Tittone did not. Oh, that's Nick. That's got to be Nick.
You're lying.
No way. That's got to be Nick, right?
What?
Oh, okay. It is. Okay. It's Nick.
Oh my
Perfect.
God.
Perfect.
You know what?
The camera's right there.
You know
Go
what?
ahead.
No, you just.
Whatever they
my
said
God.
is good. Good.
What are you doing here?
You know what? I sensed it. I called. Is this bad?
Okay, this is
Is this not
What
okay?
did you sense? What did you sense?
I
Because-
heard.
How did you get in?
Hold on.
I climbed the
hold
fence.
on. I know how to handle him. What did you sense? Because I told you where and when I was going to be here. So you didn't sense anything. You looked at my calendar and you showed up. Uninvited.
You know what? I just want to say whatever they're saying is not true. Okay? Whatever they're
you're
saying
right.
about me, E2 Brute,
We
E2.
were just talking about how much you fuck women and how cool of a guy you are.
Here, come take over your podcast. I'm gonna make myself a drink. You guys continue. You guys continue.
Like you own the place.
I'm out of this episode. How you doing?
Doing great,
Don't
Nick.
listen to what they. Mrs. Wyckoff, the only listener.
Don't talk to my mom.
on this podcast. Don't listen to.
Don't
Oh
address
my
our
God.
mother. No, this is not okay.
Oh my God.
You
I-
FaceTime me.
I don't like this at all. You can't just barge into the
This was
apartment.
supposed to be my episode.
This is about Anderson, Nick.
So,
Gave him already a half hour.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
No, you can't just come in here and make
Okay.
a drink like you traumatize the neighbors.
You know what? You brought this upon yourself.
you got FaceTimed. And
We'll
you,
put him on a
You-
couch.
you overstepped.
Or you grab, yeah, scoot the chair.
you were
in.
giving an inch. You're taking a mile.
To be honest.
You're in the apartment. What are you? You know.
I'm gonna watch.
No, we don't have an
Yeah,
audience.
that's real comfortable for us.
Dude, this was supposed to be about Anderson. Why are you here?
Yeah, nothing. Honestly, you know why? I was craving a vodka.
It's the best bar. It's the best bar in town.
The bombing apartment.
I was craving one of these guys.
Is that? Did you make that right? Did you mix it all good?
Those are the best
Get a
cups,
lime in
by
there?
the way.
I'm good. Guys, continue. Go ahead. I'm just gonna listen.
All right.
Great.
I am immediately uncomfortable.
This is good. This is good. This is gonna make you grow. You guys will grow from this, especially you. You need it.
Thank you.
Okay. You're gonna
Hey,
grow.
thank you, Sensei.
Go ahead. Continue.
No, I don't think I can.
Well,
Because there's kind of an
let's
elephant
have it
in the
out.
room.
So you called me gay.
Oh yeah, that's how we started this whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought you were having actually RuPaul as your guest. I didn't know it was Anderson.
No, I think you knew.
I didn't know.
I think you're being silly. I think you're trying to be silly.
That sounds like a pretty ridiculous thing to think.
Why?
Why would they have RuPaul?
I don't know. Why would they have you?
Because he's a funny comic.
He is.
He's a good person.
He is. Guys, no fourth mic. What is this?
What is this? No fourth mic? No fourth microphone? What are we doing here?
We didn't expect.
This is Clark. You know how many tips I give you at Clark Street?
See,
you can't
what'd I tell
afford- You can't afford a fourth
That's
microphone.
right.
What did I
talked about.
tell you? Oh, he pays my bills. You pay none of my bills.
Yeah, oh, I tip 18%.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah, on a good day.
That's bullshit. You're
You're
fucking.
right. I tip 10.
You don't tip.
You not tip?
I give you a discount on every smoothie bowl.
He gives me free coffee.
Yeah.
and
but-
then what do I get in return? Asking for tags and flirting with my coworkers. That's
How's that girl working out? Weren't you like stealing Ryan's work girlfriend or something?
Oh, wait a sec.
She's married. She ended up being married.
Hold on.
I guess.
I thought you just had a lady coming over tonight.
I did. She dropped me off.
here.
Okay.
I've been drinking.
I've been drinking for roughly 3 hours now.
Oh my God.
So I thought, you know what? Let me go see the bombing podcast. But then I was like, oh wait, this isn't Eric Andre's podcast. What? Where's Eric Andre at?
He's doing a less successful podcast than the original.
Yes.
By the way, the original.
Did I tell you about that?
No.
Tell him.
We started the podcast and we got to about episode 63, and then Eric Andre announces he's starting a podcast called Bombing,
Aw.
and he's him and we're us.
Yeah.
So
Poor guy.
yeah, his ratings, he's doing great.
Poor guy.
He's having a lot of great guests on. He's killing it.
Now, I just noticed your fingers are dirty for some reason.
I climbed the iron fence
Why did you climb our fence?
because I was waiting for someone to maybe come in or come out. Waited like 10 minutes, nothing. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm climbing this."
Did the girl who dropped you off see that?
No, I was like,
Ah, that
"See ya,"
would've
and
been
she drove
perfect.
off, and I-
Did you tell her that you're coming to barge in? By the way, barge in
Yeah.
to the Bombing podcast.
She was like, "Oh wow,
You know Eric Andre? And I was like, no, it's not that one. It's not that bombing.
If
God.
you want to speak into the mic, it will be down here, okay?
So, anyways, you guys were saying before I walked in.
We were talking.
I don't remember what we were talking
I
about
can't
before
remember.
you walked in.
Oh, we were about to pull up your IMDb page.
That's right. That we were about to do that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I do remember. We were just about to do that.
We were about to pull up your IMDb.
Where?
Can you show us? So in his bio, it says that he's a trained thespian,
Is that right?
but
We need to make this about Anderson.
he's been
It was until you rudely interrupted.
he's been trained in something, and it lists this on his bio. It's in quotes, so you know it's official. It's called practical aesthetics. He got some special acting training.
Oh,
Can
wow.
you tell us what that is?
It was a acting technique developed by William H. Macy and David Mamet in New York.
Wow.
And I was a big Mamet head in college, so I learned it. It was an acting technique.
Now,
So
do
I
you
learned
see
it.
why every podcast is unusable? Because he just goes into saying the most boring shit you've ever heard in your life.
Acting classes.
Not a single thing of that did I retain in my short-term or long-term memory.
No, I mean I just now forgot it immediately.
God.
You know what? I was disappointed by your faces when I walked in. I was like, okay, I should walk.
Barged in. By the
Barged
way.
in.
And you did your little secret ding-dong ditch, knock and run away.
Oh, earlier?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
The one that the loud one.
Right before you broke. For a break. Did
No.
you hear me like push the door?
No. How long were you outside the door?
20 minutes?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nick,
Bro.
the police are on your tail, aren't they?
Yeah.
You need
you're
a
on the
hideout.
run for
He's
something.
all over the Nextdoor app.
This
and the
girl
Citizen app.
that you were with is alive, right?
Yeah. She's still.
You said that weird.
Hold on.
It's crazy.
You said that weird.
Yeah, she's still breathing.
The crazy thing is, I didn't know women could drive on chloroform. You know, that's insane.
You just need a hideout, don't you?
Yeah. Well, if Luke Walsh can hide out here, so can I.
He's welcome here. Yeah. You unfortunately are not. You knocked on that door a little hard. I almost reached for the drawer there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in Tennessee, boy.
And this apartment is Tennessee.
Yeah.
I almost reached for the drawer.
Yeah.
Don't open that drawer. I knocked a little hard there.
I can only imagine what's in it.
Do not open that drawer.
Okay.
So as you were.
As we were. What were we talking about? We were just talking about your podcast that you filmed 7 episodes of
Yeah.
and released none of.
I was telling them that we're both like the negative guy in the group, so we never have somebody who's like looking on the bright side.
When are you guys going to release an episode?
Whenever we have a good one.
I'm
Number
sure,
8's, I feel it. It's gonna be good.
I'm sure if I listened to some, I'd go, that's not that bad. Post it. And that's me being genuine, so don't shit on me right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying our podcast is probably not that bad.
It's probably
I
not
appreciate
that
it, man.
bad. You can quote that, by the way.
I appreciate it.
It's
Yeah.
probably
on our reviews.
Probably not that
I haven't
bad.
listened, but probably not that bad.
How'd you think he did last night? How'd you think
He killed it. He absolutely killed it. We've been over this on the podcast. You didn't know because you weren't here.
Yes. Yes. I was not a guest. I was not planned guest. It was a drop in.
Did
doing
you-
a cameo. I'm doing a cameo.
Unpaid, by the way.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But that's a given.
Yeah,
It's
right.
coming out of your tips. Okay?
No, you don't pay my bills, Nick. How did you think I did last night?
I think what I saw, you did well. My coworkers today said they liked the kid from Tennessee, but most of the set, I was like in the green room trying to figure shit out for the
That's
show.
understandable. It's all material you've heard before, but yeah, I felt I did good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Of course. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
It snatched you up.
I leaped at the opportunity. I mean, I had like another show booked, but I was like, I guess
Oh,
I guess-
What show was that?
it
One of
it was
one of Dante's 8 shows. Was it that?
No, it was at this place called the Comedy Comedy Store.
Right.
It was a place. Have you guys heard? I don't know.
The comedy shop.
The Comedy Store, I think it's what I had a big sold out. But I was like, I need this.
Yeah.
So
I can't.
you ditched your big show at that hole in the wall to
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to the Comedy Store, but it's like some open mic, I think.
okay.
Yeah.
It was in the main room. But
All right.
I was like, I gotta go to the Hotel Cafe. I gotta give one to my boys.
Well,
throw
fellas-
my boys a bone.
we needed it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how big a show these guys put on.
Yeah.
Ryan was willing to sacrifice that much.
Yeah, I was on the lineup with like everybody. Crazy. Pryor was there. It was nuts. But I was like, I got to get to the hotel cafe. You know?
Yeah.
No, it was a fun show.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Question: did I kill the energy, or was this the energy the whole time with the podcast?
The energy's great.
So here's what happened. You got hard drinking energy, right? I can hear your breathing. You need an open field to go run in
You're charged up.
because you kissed a lady tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Woo-wee! I'm ready to go. And you know what? It was consensual.
Good.
And,
I feel like that should go without saying.
She was
Yeah,
of age.
normally you
okay?
shouldn't. You don't need to say that part usually.
Well, I'm just saying for the record, it was consensual and she
that's
was
sus.
of age.
Why'd
And it was a woman.
Why'd you clarify that she was of age? That was a given.
Huge.
Well, congratulations on your date tonight.
Was it a date?
Where'd you guys go?
Thank you.
Where'd you take the pretty lady?
We went to a nice upscale.
We went to a nice bar. Where they served alcoholic drinks, and they ID'd her, and she passed.
Why you keep
Over
keep
21
hounding
years
the-
old?
You keep hounding away at the age
Over
part.
21,
And
and we
it's-
went to a bar, and it was proven.
What's
Now,
What's
see-
concerning is because he has a bit about molesting a child on an island too.
That's-
He does.
That is accurate. That is true.
You keep hounding that point away that she's of age and alive. I don't. That's kind of concerning.
Yeah, usually that goes without saying. You can assume that your date is alive and over the age of 21.
She is though, right?
Yes.
You said it weird though.
I mean, she is.
That's twice. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not really buying it. I think.
No, she is. Trust me. She's over 21.
How old was she when you were 18?
And be very careful, by the way.
No, I'm not good at math. Okay? I'm
Not a great
good at
start.
math. I'll be the first one to say.
Hey, you can't be good at everything, you know. So we'll give you some grace.
Because when you were 18, because how old are you now? 38.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Listen up, pal. Okay? You want your tape from I Need This? Guess what? It's getting blasted everywhere. Okay, I'm just gonna take the
It's
part.
about to blast everywhere.
yeah. Okay. You know what? Here, I know how to get Anderson off. Okay. All right. Marginalization of women. Okay. Women's rights don't matter. Women's rights don't matter. He's gonna blow. He's gonna blow. Women's
Come on.
rights.
This is a family channel. This
Segregation.
is a family channel.
Segregation.
You got that great bit about liking smart women.
Yeah.
That's bit. I don't want to give it away, or because I'll fuck it up if I try it. But that bit is so funny.
Man, I feared that it's never gonna get better than that one.
Sometimes it doesn't. Oh, wait, that's you're saying the best one you wrote.
It's just so short. It's just so easy. Yeah.
Sometimes jokes are like that, where it's so, you like the first thought, like you have the thought of the joke,
Yeah.
and you do it that one time, and you're like, and then you try to add on to it, and it fucks it up.
Yeah. It was a stupid thing I had in my notes for like 3 months, and then I was just probably eating shit at a mic, and I threw it out there.
That's a great bit. I
Yeah,
got
it
jokes
is.
like that. It's like my hurt people joke is like that.
Yeah,
where
I love that one.
That was my first idea of the joke, and if I try to add on to it, it ruins it. It's just a short, sweet,
there's
to the
nowhere
point.
to go with that, but that's
Yeah.
nice. You know, it's like a little
Yeah.
side dish.
Do you have a bit right now that like the first couple times that you tried it, it just fucking killed, and then every single time after that, just nothing. It's just not
Yeah,
landing anymore.
I was actually gonna bring that up earlier. Yeah, I do have that where like the first 2 times it crushes it, and then it like just stops working.
Yeah, what is that?
It's
I
terrible.
never know
What the
why.
hell is that, dude? I don't know.
I don't know. One thing I think that might be an issue is I thought I was telling it the same way, and then I went back and like listened to a recording the first time. I was like, oh, that was completely like I changed it in my mind, like how it gets told.
Yeah, I've got jokes like that. Where
My bit about art is like that right now. The first time I told it, it was just like through and clean.
Yeah.
And then I kept on trying to add little things here and there to like punch it up, make it funnier. And like the end product was just this amalgamation of just unfunny stuff. And then I went back and listened to the first time I did it. I was like, oh, just say it like that.
Yeah.
And it's still not working. So I don't know what's going on.
I've had jokes where I'll do this. I'll look at, I think I'm on like my third notebook, and I'll look at all 3 notebooks, and I'm like, I got nothing. What the hell is that? You look at all your stuff, and you're like, I have nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 things. And I'll look back at jokes I used to do, and I'd listen to the recordings, and like they would kill, and then I try them now, and I'm like, what was even my thought process? This isn't even, but it worked, but now it
Yeah.
won't work now.
Do you have an old joke that you did when you were like first starting out in stand-up that you're just in love with that
I still do.
Yeah, that you want to bring back or that you still do, something like that?
Uh-oh. What is this?
The deposit. The homeless guy depositing money.
That's one that you like. I was thinking this talk about like jokes that are based on.
Tupac. The Tupac.
I had a Tupac joke that
Yeah?
I would do, and that was like the height I reached before I like took that year off. But the Tupac joke and the deposit joke. The deposit joke was like, this was a real story. I was in LA and I was using an ATM, and I looked to my left and there was a homeless guy, completely naked, at the other ATM, and he was depositing money. And I was always like, what are you saving up for besides clothes? Like, what's higher on your list? You're like, what, you're trying to get a mortgage first or
That's
something?
pretty good. That's pretty
The
good.
naked mortgage application. That's
Yeah,
good, dude.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
You have a great joke that sometimes those great punchlines stick out. And one that sticks out for me is Postmate Gazelles.
Dude,
Yeah.
That joke is so funny.
here's my issue with you, is that jokes that don't work on anyone else, you tell me you love,
Love 'em.
and they're usually the ones that I personally love,
Yeah.
and it renews the lease on the joke for like another 6 months of just torture for me trying
dude,
it.
Postmates Gazelle. That's so
I
funny.
loved that one, and it just like hasn't really like worked.
Did
Like,
you ever
anyway.
figure out Sleeping Cool, by the way? I know I've brought that up a couple times.
Dude,
to you.
I've tried so hard. To
What was
figure out
Sleeping
some-
Cool?
Tell him. No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Still work. Go ahead.
It's a good joke.
The premise is that like my now girlfriend, the first night I stayed over with her, I was talking to my roommate after.
Yeah.
And I was like, he was like, how'd you sleep? And I was like, awful. Like I couldn't find a way to sleep that looked cool all night.
Because you're still trying to impress her.
Because I was still trying to impress her. And so I was like, just trying to figure, and like, for whatever reason, when I get on
All
stage,
right, good night,
and do-
babe.
Yeah. It's just
You're
like,
flexing. You're flexing your.
yeah.
You can't just get a good night's sleep.
Nick, so there's a version of the joke that Nick likes, but I think it needs to be put to bed forever. I think it needs to be killed.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if Nick said it, don't do that.
So, right.
Obviously, everybody knows that.
That's my gauge. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Hayden's bit about reminds me the president, like the president's movies.
Mm-hmm.
We don't make president movies anymore. We got the president.
we got the president films. Yeah.
No. That's
It's a good one.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
so funny.
Yeah. It's the whole thing is like we used to have a ton of them, like White House Down, Air Force One, Olympus Has Fallen, all of those. We used to have a ton of like we got the president movies, and the whole joke is that like we don't make them anymore because like I don't think anyone would give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
That's
like,
so
fine,
funny.
yes, go ahead. Yes, you have the president. Fine, that's the whole bit.
That's so good.
You know what one of my great jokes is?
Hold on. Hayden's got this other one I love. Actually, the one that I always think of when I think of your guy, it's the Neil Armstrong first thing Man on the Moon.
Great bit.
Oh, the moon
Which
landing.
I love
Yeah.
because like I love jokes where like you set yourself up where you could just insert whatever you want and just wait until you find the funniest thing.
Yeah, that's a
thank
real
you, man.
real
Thank
plug
you.
and play joke.
Yeah.
And you can plug in.
What
shit
have you
that's
landed
with the
on?
times?
Huh?
What have you like landed on as like kind of like what you go to now when you're like
Well, the moon for the first place, but
Yeah.
no,
Allegedly.
no. That's I tried so many things before I landed on like lasagna,
Yeah.
and I was doing like stupid food for the punchline for so long, and none of it was hitting. So I was just like, what about like some wild, crazy, racist civil rights claim, and then like that fucking kept hitting.
oh yeah.
So I just kept that up and You know, that's the joke now.
Yeah.
My favorite of your jokes is the Yamaha one. That's one of those jokes where I go, I wish I had that joke. How Yamaha makes way too many things.
Yeah.
Not to give the bit away, but they make pianos, jet skis, fucking headphone, like too
Outboard
many.
motors.
Yeah, they make
Motorcycles.
like two
Motorcycles.
way too many,
Yeah.
motorcycles.
They make couches, dude.
Yeah.
Yamaha makes couches.
It's very
Yeah.
similar to Kirkland. It's like
They did make couches.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like an everything brand. But that's my favorite bit to like open like a mic or a show with, because like it's short and it instantly gets everybody kind of on your side. They're like, oh, this
Yeah.
is goofy and kind of slightly dumb. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see what else
You're
this
not
guy
going to
has to
offend
say.
anyone except like a Yamaha exec
Yeah.
in the crowd who's like
Yeah.
pissed.
He's like, oh,
Then he
man.
revs up his Yamaha chainsaw.
my favorite Nick Tittone joke is
Doors. Oh. Okay.
So while he thinks, because it's probably going to take a while,
hold on, no, it's right.
what about the ones you wrote for him?
Oh, those are all great.
Yeah.
Any tag I gave him or premise or punchlines or callbacks,
Yeah.
those are probably my favorite ones for sure.
Those are good ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And which
Uh-oh.
ones are those?
I mean,
half of them.
yeah. I mean,
right?
how long? I mean, come on. How long do we have? We got to wrap this up here. Come on, we can't be here all night. But
You're right.
you know, I think my favorite one of yours is the.
I don't know.
I just lost it.
You got me there. I thought you were gonna get. I was like, no.
No, you're very funny on stage. We were talking about.
Okay.
We were talking. I love how uncomfortable he
I don't
gets.
wanna hear this.
I love how uncomfortable he gets.
Yeah, and how comfortable he is, like, clarifying that he's sleeping with of-age women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how...
Because I am. Because I am.
then how
See,
uncomfortable
He's
he
of
is.
age.
You made it weird again. With the. No, dude, we were talking earlier about how when your stage presence is like no other.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hates this.
All right.
He hates it.
No, seriously, dude. Like you get up there, you captivate the audience. Like instantly, they're sucked in.
Yeah.
I'm being genuine. I'm not like trying to yank your chain or anything.
And they're all of age.
See, you go back to the of age thing.
He can't take it. He
And
can't.
just
Entire
keeps-
audience.
He
And
can't
I
be.
need this. We ID.
He
We
can't be
ID.
vulnerable.
We ID it.
He
I
can't
need
be
this.
vulnerable.
We ID everyone that comes in. They have to be over 21 with a valid driver's license.
He just keeps going
Thank
back
you.
to the of age thing. It's crazy.
But yeah, thank you. I was so nervous last night. Oh
We're-
my god. Yeah.
You were pacing around like crazy.
Could you tell?
Yes. Your
Did you tell?
your uncomfortableness made me so comfortable. Actually,
Oh, you could tell.
There is something peaceful about him squirming.
Mm-hmm.
That just puts me at ease.
I said this.
You could tell I was nervous.
Yeah, but it's also your show. You're allowed to be, right?
But do you think that that's because you see me perform a lot, so you could tell, or they could tell too?
No, I don't think they could tell. I know you, so I could tell. But I said this earlier on the podcast.
What did you think? Did you think I was nervous?
I mean, I knew you were nervous, but nobody else could tell. Because you were running. You had a show to put on. That's got to be the most nerve-wracking
Yeah,
thing.
you were
of all fucking time.
working and performing.
Yeah,
You're allowed to be nervous.
Anybody would be nervous, but you played it off tremendously well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I only do almost everything. So like, so you've got like a little bit to think about, which is so stressful.
Last night's show was amazing. You guys put on a great show.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Seriously.
And you know what? It was a good show, and it's also the least we've ever said as hosts. And I think there's a correlation there.
Yeah.
We kind of just shut up and got off and just let the comics do the thing.
How did you like when he said it's Nick's birthday? Ready? Say happy birthday. And two people said, "Oh yeah, happy birthday." Did you like that bit?
Well, his bit that didn't his bit that didn't work. You mean his little gimmick that didn't work?
Because you're
We
Yeah, I
had a
like
couple
that.
strays walk in last minute. that
because
didn't
your
get it.
fucking single-celled fan base didn't get the memo after I told them, and they still yelled out "Happy birthday."
Just because some of them are still trying to pass Algebra 1 doesn't mean that
Oh, I
can't
thought they were
follow
all
the
of
right-
age.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got the
okay,
tape.
what?
Bring the police in.
What?
That's Chris Hansen knocking next at the door.
All right. You're fine. It took you this long?
He's going for the gun.
Why don't you have a seat over there? Have a seat. Have a seat.
You had a great set too last night. I told you after your set, your kid on the island joke. That was the best I ever saw. You do that. Because you were questioning whether doing it or not.
You also built the tension very well.
Why are you looking at me like that? Don't look at me like that.
No, because as soon as you brought it up, I knew like where you were going, and you just dragged that tension out of like, is he gonna fuck him or not, and then just leveled him with the eat thing. It was good.
You
Very
played
well
both sides
performed, yeah.
great. It was great.
Put it where it's supposed to go. It's funny because when I do that bit,
He's more comfortable down there.
when I do that bit at open mics,
Uh-huh.
people will be like, people think that I meant the whole time I'm gonna eat the kid. People are like, oh, like one time after a mic, some guy came up to me. He was like, okay, this is weird. Okay, no, one guy sometime he came up to me and he was like, oh, dude, you really should like maybe talk about not eating the kid. You should like really just go into like talking about fucking the kid. And I'm like, you didn't get the
that's the bit.
You didn't get the joke.
Yeah.
No, I just gave away the bit.
That's okay.
It's all right. 20 people will watch this. That's fine.
But
But does that make sense what I said?
absolutely, because as you're doing open mics to comics, you bring that up and they go, I know what he's doing. He's doing the trick,
Yeah.
the trick at the end.
No, but some don't realize that.
Well, then
That's
they're
like
not
you
good.
can't even,
they're not
like-
good comics.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
if they don't see
That's
that
like an
coming,
outlier.
They don't realize,
yeah. But an audience, the audience
Well,
don't.
let's
see
not
that.
pretend you don't have highbrow jokes too.
Oh yeah,
Your comedy's not accessible.
I mean, Harvard and Cornell are begging me to come on campus and do a set.
Just to ease tensions in Gaza on,
In
on
Gaga.
campus. On Gaga. Yeah, Lady Gaga. I don't know if you've seen the news.
yeah. You have a lot of intelligent material, like the fucking the cousin.
Well, I was telling him today my two favorite bits of his. He's got a great penis bit, and he's also got a great vagina bit.
See, it's very sexual bits with him.
Yeah.
He really likes to dive into sex. And
Hey, write what you know. You know.
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, look, I try to cover all genders. I cover, I don't, yeah, and only fucking two, okay? And only two. I cover all two, so,
good.
no big deal. Put it back where it's supposed
He's
to
very progressive. He's like 1990s progressive.
It's good.
Okay.
Hey, how about we wrap this up, huh?
Yeah.
Can I get one more drink?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
You got,
And you
I
want
could use
that
one-
filmed?
I could use one
you
too.
got enough tonic in there
Hey,
to fuel an entire rehab.
I went to
You
Ralph's
got
today.
enough vodka and tonic in there.
don't talk about our fridge like that.
It's all it is. Do you guys eat food?
There's food in there.
It's vodka and diet tonic.
There's also limes.
Yeah,
there are
there's-
limes in there.
Limes. You didn't
That's
mention the
fruit.
limes part. Okay.
and ginger ale.
Okay.
Ginger ale.
It's
Yes.
we like liquids. What's the big deal?
Right.
You guys aren't whiskey people?
No, whiskey's too heavy.
Yeah.
We like to drink.
You like the act of it, so you like to be able to
Vodka tonics are light. It's 80% water.
right.
Whiskey, it's 2. You're like done. Vodka tonics, you can have like 9 and still be okay.
Yeah. Also, like,
Yes.
No.
Hold on.
Okay, not you guys. Not you guys. Sorry.
Hold on.
Sorry, not you guys.
9 is fine. However,
9 is good.
also like growing up in like Tennessee, you saw a lot of bad whiskey drunks.
Yeah.
You saw a lot of people that would just, like they hated their life and couldn't handle it, so they would just sit down there and just drink a Jim Beam straight from the bottle.
Yeah.
And you would just like, I don't want that. I want to enjoy myself. I want to have a good time.
Also,
It's
people.
not their fault. It was Obama's fault.
Obama.
It wasn't. Their fault.
Obama. Like the people fuck up with drinking is they go, yeah, let me get a Jack and Coke, and then yeah, let me get a vodka Red Bull. Let me get a second vodka Red Bull. Now let me get a tequila and a beer. Let me get a beer, and then you're just fucked. You're fucked.
Yeah.
You stick.
you're mixing?
You stick with a vodka tonic.
Yeah. It's the Bud Light of like liquor drinks.
Yeah, and it does what it does, and you never get out of control.
I've been ripping non-alcoholic Coronas.
Is that right?
That was good.
See, I could never. I don't like beer. I don't drink beers. I'll have a beer once, and that's it.
See, I love the taste of beer. Like, I find it refreshing.
I cannot
love
wrap.
beer, dude.
I love it.
I can't wrap my head around it.
I had an ice cold non-alcoholic Corona, and I drink them ice cold. I had one at 10 a.m. the other day.
Yeah, me too.
But alcohol.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Mine had the stuff
Yeah.
in it though.
I think
Mine had the stuff that makes you feel good in it.
I've tried the non-alcoholic stuff. I think Heineken knocked it out of the park. I think that's the best NA beer.
I had one last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the most non-alcoholic beer
I
that
crushed
tastes
it.
like a regular beer.
Refill?
Yes, but you don't know how to make them though, bro.
Give me, let me try. Can I try?
Anderson and I'll take over.
Yeah, we got this.
Hold on, this
Really?
is the
You
bi-
won't even let me try. Okay.
You guys work well together. Like I was saying earlier, you guys on stage, so good. You guys could put on a good show, man. I Need This at the Hotel Cafe. Monthly shows.
Yeah.
And a podcast called I Need This.
Now, if we could just start enjoying them, that'd be awesome. But
You should send them to us.
The episode?
Yeah, let someone else watch them. And not just you idiots going, this sucks. Just you two in a room. Send them to someone else.
Dude, every time we leave a recording, I walk out, I feel like I just got the shit beat out of me. That's how I feel.
Send them to us, man. We'll watch them. Give you an honest take.
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea.
we'll do it.
You need people like that. We're very hard on ourselves. But
Yeah.
I think most comics are. But you need other friends and comics to really look at the stuff you're doing and be like, that's good. Keep going. You're on the right track, you know? Not to get all serious and gay, but
Dude,
we said that we've done tons of podcasts.
people who just blow you though, and you can tell they're lying. That's like way worse than somebody who just gives it to you straight.
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
great. No, that was great.
Yeah,
You're amazing.
dude. You crushed.
Yeah. It's like, no, I didn't though.
No, I was there. I was up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard no one laughing.
How did that go? That was great.
Yeah.
You're lying to me.
Yeah.
You're like,
Dude, last night, that was great, man. You
I'll
did great
see.
last night at the show. You really did. You did great.
Thanks.
you got to be honest. You got to have people that are honest with you.
Yeah.
It's really important.
Yeah, you need someone that like you can talk to, like coming off stage after a serious bomb. That like you don't even want to talk to anybody, but you need someone that goes like, "Hey, man, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was very bad."
Yeah.
And then be like, that joke worked. But that one, the ending, that's you got to work on that or something.
Yeah, you can't just gaslight each other either.
It's
That's-
something about this also is I hate this so much. When I got a show or something, and people go, "So how you feeling?
Yeah.
Hey, you nervous? A lot of people here tonight. It's like, you trying to fuck me right now?
Dude, you know what I had today? I had two people after the show who didn't come to the show. They're like, "So how'd you do?" I was like, "You could have come and see me, but now you're asking me to like."
And now I have to say I did good.
Now I have to be like, I did good, and feel like I'm gonna jinx myself for the next 6 months.
Yeah. And that's what's great with Hayden is because I hate when other people go, "How you feeling?" You know, and I just go, "I'm good." But with him, he goes, "How you feeling?" Seriously. And I can be like, "I'm a little nervous."
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not confident in this thing. I
Or
can be
some-
honest with him.
Some people are like, "Are you nervous?" They'll come up and like, "Are you nervous? Are you nervous?" And you're like,
Now I am.
"Yeah, what should I be?"
I wasn't earlier.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Hey, a lot of people here tonight. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to put that out of my head.
Yeah.
Or you ever
Thanks.
get like a non comic or just like a friend at a show? They're like, "Dude, what if you bomb?"
Yeah.
They'll throw that like right before you go on.
you're like,
Like, dude, are you
what-
nervous? Dude, what if you eat shit up there? You're like, "Thanks, man. That's yeah."
Dude, you're like, "Are you a person who's ever interacted with someone? Like, what are you talking about?"
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
appreciate the follow on Instagram, by the way, after the show. That was nice.
We follow every comic who comes on.
Yeah, after the show happens. Is that not before? Just like the day after.
You have a problem with that?
No, no,
Well,
me. No. I'm
We
just saying-
wanted you to complete delivery of your services.
Oh, so it's like a transactional.
Yes, and once you get that, you get the follow.
I get the I need this Instagram follow.
right.
Because
it's a little bit of a grace.
Wow.
Grace my leg, the kid, you gonna see. Bro.
I do want to know, like, but if I had bombed, I'd have still gotten the follow,
Well,
right?
we had like last night we had like an hour battle about whether we should follow you or not on Instagram.
I don't feel like it's that big a deal. I just click a button, you know.
We
Right?
got, it's our ratio is important of followers to follow, and
Oh man, I'm a good guy, you know.
Why can't you just
good
take
guy.
it, dude? Why can't you just accept that you got the follow?
I mean, I'm glad I got to follow. It's just weird that it was.
Why do you
it
care
was-
that there was deliberation?
It was just weird that it was the day after the show, not like a month ahead of time. But look, it's I'm cool.
You know what, honestly,
What are you doing? No, you're not on the page, right?
you know what? Honestly,
No,
this
come on.
honestly has inspired me because we've talked about having Hayden on, and we're gonna have him on.
You're not gonna unfollow.
We've
me.
talked about we're gonna follow Hayden.
Oh, good. Do
We're
that.
No,
gonna
don't put
follow
that
it.
curse on me, dude.
No, don't worry. We're doing a sacrifice, a
No.
follow sacrifice.
No,
we're
come on.
unfollowing Ryan, and we're
No.
gonna follow you.
a soul for a soul.
Come on now.
Same blood too.
No, not
Same
in the
blood.
bloodline. Don't keep it in the bloodline. That's all. That's
Hey,
bad.
remember when we said have you guys ever? Remember when we said have you ever fought over anything?
Yeah, this is.
Get to it, boys.
I don't.
Get to it.
Now unfollow Ryan.
No, don't do that. Come on.
Nah,
I need my
put Brian
numbers.
on.
I need my numbers up.
Oh, there's a Dante show.
Whoa. Okay.
There's another
Unfollow,
Dante show.
unfollow.
There's another Dante show.
Hold on. No, you're not. This is. He puts on good shows, huh?
Yeah. Well, he has 70 hosts. So when you have 70 hosts on one show.
Jester's Court Comedy. What are they? 5 hosts?
Hey, look. Hey, come
And
on.
each it's a bringer for the host. Actually, each host has to bring 5 other hosts.
I think you guys are just mad because maybe he's taken over your spot. Maybe he's taken over your spot.
Funny because he's no longer has a show at the Hotel Cafe.
He actually does this Sunday.
That's right. I'll be.
Oh,
I'll
so
be there.
last-
I'll be there this Sunday. Hotel Cafe, Jester's Court.
Yeah. This fucking. You know what? He bailed. I thought he went to Broadwater. Now he's back.
That was a one-off.
Oh,
The
it was a
booking was
one-off.
full. The booking was full. Yeah.
They don't get priority like us. They're not a meat and potato show like us.
He's a great He's a funny comic. Great puts on great shows, huh?
Let me tell you something.
I don't understand the beef.
Let me tell you something. I love Dante.
Nick's got beef.
He's funny. He's hilarious.
So funny.
But he's on the list.
Is that right?
Look, and I like him too. I think he's a great joke writer. Cracks me up.
Writing's amazing.
All I'm saying is how many hosts do you need on a show? How many hosts do you need on a show?
Well, you guys do the 2, right? You guys do the 2?
Yeah,
What's the limit then?
2.
2.
That's it. That's it.
2's the limit? You ever been to a Jester's Court show?
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time.
I couldn't because just to show up, you had to bring 10 people just to watch.
It's not
That's
10.
You
not
had to
true.
bring 10
It's not-
people
come
just
on,
to
it's
watch the
not
show.
Allegations. Come on
This
now.
is you're on trial.
I gotta buy 10 other tickets.
You're on trial right now. You're on trial.
Nick, that's the fence talking. Come on. You're just mad about those spikes you had to hop over.
The what? Oh well.
The problem is
I wish you would have seen me. I killed it.
I showed up to Jester's Court show, and then the host kept rotating. That I contracted lupus actually, because there were so many hosts going around. I was like, I had a grand mal seizure, and I had to be evacuated. But it was a funny show. I mean, Dante, Nick, all this, they all crushed.
Yeah.
It's just hard to keep track of all.
Yeah,
of them.
3's too many.
Three's too
but
many.
2
and then you always got Cole Clayman waiting in the wings as a backup host.
Yeah, they got backup hosts. Did you know that?
They got alternate hosts.
Yeah.
How funny is Cole Clayman though?
I love that guy.
Dude is hilarious.
I fucking love.
He's
What
so
I love
funny.
about Cole Clayman is that when I first started seeing him, he was doing little mom and pop jokes about living at home, not getting laid because he lives at home.
Lives with his parents, yeah.
Dude's now acting out war crimes
Yeah.
on stage.
yeah, dude.
Yep.
So funny.
Dude is hilarious.
Oh, dude, I love Cole.
I love his Instagram videos too.
Yeah, they're funny.
His little rants.
Yeah.
He does those fucking what are they called? Where you a video plays and then he reacts to it. A split or I don't know what it's called. He's really funny.
I love how you just you're just assuming.
When I'm done,
Okay, I'm done. Here you go, kid. Here, you can talk now.
yeah,
I'll be there this Sunday, folks. Jester's Court.
I will be there as well.
No, are you serious? Are you
Yeah.
performing?
No, I just like to.
Oh, okay, yeah. You didn't have your family flying in to go see you.
Okay.
So, yeah,
See?
of course you can't perform.
We don't like this kind of negativity, Nick.
The entire Clark Street staff has to come in and watch you in order for you to get on the show.
It's a
okay.
It's a 3 bringer.
Hey, how many people did you bring last night? Did you have to bring any?
No, but I did anyways because I like you guys and respect.
No,
you
you're
guys.
just so traumatized from Chester's Court. I gotta bring people.
I'm gonna get a text tomorrow going, "Hey, cut that." I think. Did I go too hard? Did I?
Oh yeah.
They
from
knew I
him.
was joking, right?
Why are my hands cut up?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, hard spiral.
Yeah.
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 Hey, that's for tomorrow, though. Yeah.
Am I gonna have to drive you home?
Yes.
I need to ride home. I was gonna ask you. Yeah, I need to ride home.
Fucking knew
Oh
it.
my god.
What were we talking about?
What's crazy is that you were at home and got dropped off here,
By a lady who was
and you could
of
have
age?
just been home.
She was of age.
Yes, she was of age. Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, we're gonna.
She was driving, so we know she was at least 16.
When she's in the car with me, she can have a permit. So
He likes that one too much.
No, hey, fellas, let's wrap this up.
I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
All right.
Hayden, you got a show on Saturday.
I'm going to be at Flashback at Aldous' show, Drunk New Jokes, this Saturday. If you're in LA, come out.
Great
Ryan-
show. Logan's on the lineup.
Yeah.
Super funny comic.
Yeah.
I have no shows. I have no shows. Why'd you say it like that?
I was just confirming what you said.
No, but you said it like kind of shitty though. You were like, you were like, Not like you were interested. Like you said it like, Why'd you say it? Am I misreading?
No, not at all. I heard what you said.
Oh,
You had no shows,
yeah.
and I thought to myself, yeah,
Wait,
I could have guessed that.
no. Okay. See, that's shitty. That's shitty. You're being shitty.
No, I'm not being shitty.
You're being genuine for real.
I'm being genuine.
Don't be shitty.
I'm not. I think I could have guessed that. Yeah, I was right.
Oh, okay. All right.
What I meant by that.
Hey,
Oh, as long as you were being genuine.
Hey, Nick, I have a show this Saturday. How would you react to that?
Of course, right.
Wait a minute.
Of course, yeah. You have a show on Saturday.
Wait a minute.
That makes sense.
Okay, but and then I go. Yeah, I had a killer show last night, but I don't have any this week.
I'd say,
See, no, that's
killer show?
oh, see, that's two shitties. That's okay. Well, let's just move on.
All right.
Anderson, you got any shows coming up, man?
Yeah, if you're on the west side, I'll be on Driveway Comedy Show. Jack Scotty, Jake Ciccone.
I have heard a lot of good stuff about
Me
that
too.
show.
I'm excited for it.
You guys do a monthly show at the Hotel Cafe called "I Need This."
Okay.
Please,
I'll
thank
take
you,
this.
thank you.
I'll take this.
You guys do a monthly show at the Hotel Cafe called
Hotel
"I Need
Cafe.
This."
You'll. We had Ryan. You missed him. Bummer for you guys, but we gave you a tape, so
Yeah.
hopefully you'll post some.
I
maybe
will if I get the tape in time. I'll post some footage.
post some footage, and then
Hey,
Stop
man,
giving
you know
him the
what? I wouldn't do that.
Stop giving
I
him the
wouldn't
mic.
post anything.
Stop giving him the mic.
All right.
and then be on the lookout. We're gonna have a Hayden up there, and every month Hotel Cafe,
And you guys got a podcast that you'll eventually start.
same name. I need this.
I Need This
Episode's
podcast
coming soon.
on YouTube and
Pornhub.
Pornhub, wherever you can get podcasts.
Yeah.
Email the podcast, folks, bombingpodcast@gmail.com. And thank you so much for watching episode 109. And thank you, Anderson, for coming on. Seriously.
Thanks for having me, boys.
And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick.
And so tune in
Okay.
next week for episode
Oh, yeah, man.
110, folks.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much. Good night.